Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Usetale. On today's tutorial video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to go about making this crop top with pop sleeve and a zipper at the front. So if this is something you're interested in learning how to make, please do want to keep on watching, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started with the video.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
So guys, these are the materials you are going to be needing for this tutorial. This is the African print. I have 2 yards of it. I also have 2 yards of my black lining. I have a black zipper, and as well I have elastic band. So these are the major things you will be needing for this tutorial. I'm just going to go ahead and place these ones aside now, then I start cutting on the actual fabric. These are the measurements you are going to be needing for this tutorial. Now to cut this, I'm just going to go ahead and open up my fabric on the table. So go ahead and open up your fabric, and you're going to fold your fabric together into two, just the way you see me doing. So after you're done folding, just go ahead and iron it out just like this. So guys, after doing that, you can see my fabric is folded into two. Now the first thing I will do is to rule a line here, which is going to serve as my starting line. After doing that, I'm going to come here and mark 1 inch, which is going to be for the zipper allowance. I'll come here and mark the same thing, then go ahead and connect a straight line. You know that the zipper is at the front, so I'm drafting the front piece. So guys, after doing that, now all my measurement is going to start from this line. I'm not going to be touching that 1 inch. Now I'm going to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the starting line. Then I'm going to mark it. Then I'll add extra half inch for the sewing allowance because I'm cutting on fabric. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then here I will take 3.5 inches for the neck width. This totally depends on how wide you want the neck to be. Then go ahead and mark it and connect it just like this. After you're done doing that, now I'm going to determine my armhole depth. So on this line, I'm just going to come down by my round bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. Whenever I do that, I have 7.5. So just measure what you have here and mark the same thing here. Then go ahead and connect it with your straight ruler. So guys, after doing that, now on this line, you're going to measure what you have from here to here. You're going to divide it into two and get the middle of it. Now on this mark, I'll go in by half inch. If I were to be drafting the back, I will go in by half inch. Because this is the front, I went in by 0.75. Now on this line, I will take my bust measurements divided by 4. Now I'm going to use my curve rule to connect these three dots to create my armhole. So guys, after you're done doing that, now the next thing you want to do is to get the length of this top. So just place your tape on the starting line, and I'll measure to the length, which is 17 inches. I'll be adding extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance, then go ahead and rule a straight line. Now after you're done doing this, I'm just going to be adding extra 1.5 inches to this, which is going to be for the sewing allowance. Then I'll come to the waistline. I'll take my round waist measurements divided by 4. I'll add 1 inch for the dart, so it's going to have a dart. Add 1 inch for the dart, then add 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Then you're just going to connect this just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead to mark out the dart. So I'm just going to come here and I will take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. Then I will measure from the shoulder to my bust point, which is 10 inches. Then what I have here, I'm also going to take it on this mark that I just made. I'm going to rule a straight line. So after you're done doing that, guys, now you're going to come to the line here. You're going to take half inch on both sides of this line that I just ruled. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. Now that I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. So before you cut here, you're going to add half inch to the shoulder for the joining, okay? So just make sure to add half inch like that before you cut. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have as the front piece. I'll be using this to trace out the back. So before I do that, I'll just fold in the zipper allowance just like that, so that I'll be able to use it to trace out another one for the back. Okay, so I already folded my fabric into two. Now I'm going to place the front piece on it. You can see the zipper allowance is folded inside. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and place it on it well, make sure everything is well arranged, then I'll trace it out. So guys, after you're done doing that, this is what you're going to have. Now I have the two pieces. This is the back. I'm just going to label it the back, and this other one is the front. So guys, now that we are done cutting the front and the back pieces, I'm just going to place them together in order for me to cut the neckline. Now to cut the neckline, I'll be coming down by 3 inches for the neck depth of the front. So just mark 3 inches. This totally depends on your size. If you're a bigger person, you may need to come down by up to 4 inches or even 5 inches depending on your size. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my curve rule to create the round neckline. So guys, after you're done doing this, just blend out the line very well. Now I'm going to mark the neckline of the back. So I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the neck depth of the back. So just go ahead and use your curve rule to mark it out as well. So now that you are done doing that, I'm going to cut out the neck. I'll be cutting the back neckline first. I'll cut everything together. Now I'm going to cut only the neckline of the front, just like this. So after you're done cutting, guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. The front and the back pieces are ready. I'll place them aside now, then I'll cut the sleeve. So this is the fabric I'll be using to cut the sleeve. I'll fold it together into two just the way you see me do. So you're just going to iron it out just like this. So I folded it using 14 inches wide. Okay, so this totally depends on how wide you want the sleeve to be. Yours can be up to 16, 18. It depends on your size. So you can see I've gone ahead to rule a line which is going to be for my starting line, and from that line I took the length of the sleeve, which is 13 inches. I'm adding extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So what I have now is 14 inches. I'll come here and take the same 14 inches, then go ahead and rule a straight line. Then after you're done doing that, you're going to come to this end here. You come down by 5 inches for the sleeve slope. Just make a mark there. Now I'm going to just slope it to meet this mark just the way you see me doing. So just um rule a curve to meet that point just like this. It is very easy, so just do exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm going to measure on this line to get my round armhole measurement divided by 2. I have it to be at 9.5. Now this excess is going to be for what I'll be using to have pleats on top of the sleeve. Then on this hemline, I'm going to mark 13 inches. I'm just going to go ahead and rule a straight line just like this. Then after you are done doing that, you're just going to, just blend this out, then go ahead and cut it out. So guys, now that I'm done cutting, I'll place this sleeve on another fabric to cut out the second sleeve, as you can see. So now I have the two sleeves that I have cut out. So now I'm going to bring all the fabric I've cut, both the sleeve and the body. I'll be using them to trace on my lining piece. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So this is what I had after tracing them out on my lining piece. You can see the front piece and the back piece, I cut exactly the same thing. Can you see? Exactly the same thing. Now for the sleeve, I did not cut exactly the same thing. So the actual fabric of the sleeve is 1.5 inches longer than the lining piece. Don't worry, you will get to understand why I did this in the course of this video. So guys, this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to make a little curve at the hem part of the front and the back pieces. I just went up by 1 inch. Then I'm going to use my curve rule to make a curve on it just like this. This is going to give it more fitting. Okay, so just curve it out like that. And you also know that the front and the back length is not the same, so because of that I will also go up by 1 inch at the back. Okay, so in order for me to make the line straight at the back. Okay, now I just went up by 1 inch and I'm curving it to the side. So guys, just see what I did. Now when you place the front and the back pieces together, at this end here the front is longer, but at the side it is equal. So that's what you're going to do. Now it's time to start sewing. I'm just going to open the back piece on the table. This is the right side. Then I'll place the lining piece on it. I'll just take it to the sewing machine. Then I'll sew the neckline. I'll also sew the hem part. This is what I had after I was done doing as I demonstrated, guys. I flipped it out to the right side and I ironed it out. So this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now I'm also going to bring the front pieces and I will do the same thing. Open them up on the table like this. Then you're going to place the linings on it the way they correspond to each other. So take it to the sewing machine and also sew the neck and the down parts. You do the same thing to this other one. This is what I had after I was done doing that. I also flipped them to the right side and I ironed them out. You can see there's opening here and here. So that's what you're going to have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out the zipper allowance. So I'm just going to mark out the 1 inch zipper allowance that I added when I was cutting it out. So do the same thing here. Then after you are done marking it, you're going to fold it just like this. Then you're going to iron it. So this is for me to give it a line, for me to know where I'm going to fit my zipper. So you're also going to do the same thing to this other one. Fold it like this and iron it to give it a gator line. So after ironing, guys, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my zipper. So I'll be fixing the zipper from the hem part. I'll be fixing it from the down to the neckline. So I just went ahead to open up my zipper. Then I'll place the zipper on the fabric the way it is supposed to be. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to pin the zipper to only the actual fabric, guys. Don't pin it to the lining, pin it only to the actual fabric, and make sure you pin it and follow the gator line that we gave it so that it will be straight. So just go ahead and use your pin to pin it down just the way you see me doing. Make sure you are following the line so that your zipper will be straight. Then when you get to the end here, so I'm going to cut the excess zipper. So to do that, I'm just going to fix my zipper and zip it up. So this end here, I will just use my chalk to mark it just like this. Then I will cut it out. So guys, remember to open up your zipper. Don't cut it before opening it. If not, you will destroy the zip. So make sure to open up your zipper before you cut it just like this. Okay. Now after you're done cutting, you're just going to go ahead and pin it to it, the last side. So just pin it like this. Now you will flip this to the wrong side. So just go ahead and flip it to the wrong side. So now the zipper is going to be inside. Now you take this to the sewing machine like this and you will sew on it. Do you see? So just take it to the sewing machine and sew on it like this. Then you will do the same thing to this other one. So let's work on this first. So this is what I had after I was done sewing, as you can see. Now flip it to the right side for you to see how the zipper looks like. So this is going to give it a nice look, like you won't even see where you fix the zipper. Did you see how it's looking like? The back is also clean. So I'll just use my hot iron to press this down. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. Now this end here, I'm not going to leave it like this. I will use my hand needle and thread to sew it so that when I zip up my zipper, it's not going to pull out. You know, we've already cut it. So if I don't sew it like this, if you zip up your zipper, it will pull out and that will be the end of the zipper, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm done tacking it just like this. Now it is secured. I'm going to go ahead now to sew the zipper to this other piece. This is what I had after I was done sewing zipper to the other piece. I also tacked it. Now I'm going to zip it up. So just fix it from the hem like this and zip it up. Did you see how straight this zipper came out, guys? It is so clean. Look at the bag. Everything is straight and clean. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out the dart. So I'm just going to come here and I'll take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. I'll mark it here. So I'm making use of 4.5 inches. Then I'll also come up here and mark 4.5 inches. Here I'll also mark 4.5 inches. Then I will rule a straight line. After doing that, now on this line I'm going to take half inch on both sides just like this. Then I'll take half inch on both sides here as well. Now I'm going to take measure from the shoulder to my bust point. So I added extra half inch, so I marked 10.5. Okay, because by the time I join the shoulder it's going to be half inch short. Now just go ahead and connect your dart just like this. So guys, now this is it for the front. I will do the same thing to the back, as you can see. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew the darts just like that. This is what I had after I was done sewing the darts, guys. Did you see? I've sewed the darts. This is the front piece, and I also sewed the darts to the back piece just like that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the shoulders. So just place them together like this. You will open up this back piece. You will use the lining of the back piece to fold it together on top of the front just like this. Then you're going to go ahead and pin it down. Guys, I don't really know how to explain this, but just watch carefully what I'm doing. You will understand. You can see now I've pinned it down. I'll take it to the sewing machine, and so I'll do the same thing to the other shoulder. This is what I had after I was done joining the shoulder. So when you join shoulder like this, your sewing will not show, like the sewing will be inside. Now it's time to fix the sleeve. So before I do that, I want to measure to be sure that the armhole measurement I have is up to what I need. So the round armhole measurement divided by 2 plus the sewing allowance is supposed to be 11 inches. So it is currently not up to 11 inches. I'm just going to place the fabric together and trim out from the armhole a little bit. So just go ahead and trim it out to the desired length that you are looking for. So just go ahead and do that. Then after you are done doing that, then just place it aside. Now I'm going to work on the sleeve. I'll bring the sleeve. I'll open the sleeve on the table, the right side facing me like this. Then I'll place the lining on it. I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it. Then I'll do the same thing to the other one. This is what I had after I was done sewing. I also top stitch it. You can see I top stitch it after I was done sewing, and I did the same thing to the other sleeve. Now I'm going to fold it together. So this is the right side of the fabric that you're looking at right now. So I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine. Then I will sew the top. You can see the fabric is like 0.75 inch longer than the lining. Did you see? So take it to the sewing machine and sew the top. Then you also do the same thing to the other sleeve just like that. This is what I had after I was done sewing it, guys. You can see I've sewn it as I demonstrated, and I did the same thing to the other one. Now on this hem part, I'm just going to take it back to the sewing machine and make a stitch on it. So the stitch should be wide. You should give it a space that's wide enough for your elastic band to pass through. So just give it a space of about half inch before making that straight stitch. So guys, I've done it. I'm sorry you cannot see the thread because of the nature of the fabric. Now I'm going to bring my elastic band. I already cut them out. I cut them out using 9 inches. Then I'm going to use my safety pin to put the elastic band through the space that I sewed. Okay, so just go ahead and do that. So when you get to the end here, you're going to pin it down with a pin, then you continue all the way to the other end. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have after doing that. Now remove your safety pin and pin it down as well. You're going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch it on both sides to secure the elastic band. Then you put elastic band on the other sleeve as well. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys, the two sleeves. Now I'm going to attach the sleeve to the body. So just take it and place them the right side facing each other. You're going to start sewing from the end here. So I'm just going to use my pin to pin it down. So this is it. So just go ahead and pin it down like this. So when you are going close to the shoulder, this is the shoulder, guys, you're going to make pleats on it. You can see I made a notch at the middle of the sleeve. So you're just going to make pleats on it the way you see me doing. You make pleats on it so that the middle of the sleeve and the shoulder will meet. Okay, so you are just going to sew it just like this. This is very easy. We've done a lot of pop sleeve on this channel. It shouldn't be something that is new to anybody, so just go ahead and fix the sleeves. So guys, I'm done fixing the sleeves just like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the sides. Okay, so to do that, I just flip my fabric to the wrong side and I'm going to take my body measurement. So this is where my round bust measurement divided by 2 is. So I have extra 3 inches. I will divide it on the two sides. I'll take 1.5 here. I'll also take 1.5 here. Then I'm going to measure the waist. So the waist, I have it to be here. So I have extra 2.5 inches remaining. I'm going to take 1.25 here and I will also take 1.25 on the other side. That is the 2.5 inches. I divided it by 2. Okay. So now just go ahead and connect it just like this, as you can see. So after you're done connecting, guys, now you take this to the sewing machine. You will start sewing from the sleeve, just join it down. Then you also do the same thing to the other side. This is what I had after I was done joining the sides as I demonstrated. So this is all about the making of this top. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you all in my next video.